All right, guys, good morning. These notes for your Friday assignment are starting out with some things we've talked about already. So these ideas we have talked about already, but I wanted to clarify the difference between a product and a composite function, okay? Do you see the difference? This has a dot. In the product, it has a dot, and in the composite, it has a circle. And I know that's a very small difference, but it's very important. So f of g, like this, with a circle of x, means I'm literally going to take the second letter, the g function, and plug it in to the f function. That's what that means. So I just wanted to clarify that's called a composite function. You can pause the video now and write these down if you want. We are going to do 3 of these examples together, number 2, 3, and 4. And then you guys, I need you to finish this worksheet on your own. You're going to do number 1, 5, and 6 by yourself as today's assignment, okay? And you're going to submit it on Canvas. So number 2, I am only looking at the f and the h function. So this one and this one. And I am going to subtract them. So I'm going to write down in parentheses the f function and subtract the h function, okay? When I subtract, it's really important to distribute that negative sign. So I am subtracting x and 2. When I combine like terms, I'm going to get negative 9x and 2. That's my final answer. Okay. Number 3, remember to just pause the video if you need me to slow down, okay? Number 3, I am using the h function and the g function, okay? The h and the g. This one, that's not a very different color. This one and this one, okay. So this one's multiplication. H comes first. Again, I'm using parentheses. And g next. When I distribute a binomial times a binomial, I have to use that FOIL or box method, something, whichever way you guys learned how to do that in middle school or Math 1. 2 times 4 is 8x. 2 times 3 is negative 6. Okay, I'm going to combine those middle 2 terms. Wonderful. That's my final answer. Number 4 is division. Okay, so we are putting the f function on top and the h function on the bottom. Whoa. Now, guys, I am going to pause on this one and tell you that we haven't learned this yet. And I'm not going to teach it to you in a video. So next week we're back in school, but next week we would be learning long division and something called synthetic division. Okay, so that is how I would have to do this problem. And I'm going to pause and just wait and show you that first. I will say number 5, you do not have to do that. So number 5, you guys can still do. You won't really be able to simplify it. You'll just have the fraction as your answer, okay? Very good, guys. You can still do number 1, 5, and 6, okay? But I will show you number 4. I just don't want to show it to you right now in this video. This part is really the meat of what we're learning today, okay? So bear with me, guys. All these functions are talking about plugging in a whole equation into another one. So I want to kind of rewrite it using that other notation. that I am substituting G into H. I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it in for X in that function, okay? That's what I'm doing in number 12. So at the beginning, I would have the 5 in the H function, and I would have X minus 1 replacing this X. So I'm not writing that X anymore. I'm replacing it with X minus 1 and then minus 3. And I'm going to distribute, and I'm going to get 5X minus 5 minus 3. So 5X minus 8 is my final answer. Okay. In number 13, I am substituting the H function into the F function. This one's harder. So I am taking this, because it comes second, and I'm substituting it into that X. Okay, I'm not writing X anymore. I'm replacing it with 5X minus 3. Okay, and since this is to the third power, here, let me write this again. So I have F F of H of X. Okay, I'm taking that H function and I'm substituting it in that X was to the third power and then plus 8. So I have to the third power, which means I need to, oh my goodness, multiply that out a bunch. And then at the very end, plus 8. Okay, so I'm going to take that and distribute 2 times. I distribute first, distribute, then I'll get a trinomial, and then I'm going to have to distribute again. Five x times 5x is 25x squared. 5x times 3 is negative 15x. And negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. Okay, I'm going to simplify that again. I'm going to run it out of space here, but that's okay. So I have 25x squared minus 30x plus 9. And then I'm going to multiply that times 5x minus 3. I'm going to distribute this again. So I got 5x times all that, and then 3 times all that, okay? 5x times 25x squared is 75x to the third. 5x times 30 is negative 150. No. Yes, I'm sorry. Oh, geez, Miss Underwood. Okay, x squared. 45. And then I'm distributing the 3. The 3 times negative 30 is 90. And negative 3 times positive 9 is negative 27. So much. And then we still have that 8 come down, okay? I am almost out of space. Let's zoom out a little bit. So I have 75 is all by itself in the front. 75x to the third. Then 150 and negative 75 would make 225. And 45 and 90 would make 135. And negative 27 plus 8 would make negative 19. All right, that's a big old problem, okay? And I know that that's a lot of work, but it's tedious. It's not too scary. Number 16, the last one. Number 16, when I have a number, do you see the difference in this problem? A number at the end, instead of an x, it's a lot easier. I need to plug in that 6 to the second function and then plug it into the h function. So let's say all that again. I am going to plug in the 6 to f first because it's on the inside, and then plug it into the h function after I get a number out. Okay, so what is the f function first? We're going to do f of -6 first, and we're going to get, let's erase my writing from up there. -6 to the third plus 8. Okay, -6 to the third. Ooh, Miss Underwood does not know that. Miss Underwood. -6. Well, it does matter that it's negative, but it's 216. Notice that if I had made it negative, it's still going to come out to be a negative because it's an odd power, okay? So keep that in mind. I know that it's negative because it's an odd power. -216 plus 8 will give me -208. Now I'm not done. Now I have to plug that in to the h function because that is what f of x minus 6 equals. So I'm going to go to the h function and do h of -208. All right. So I have 5 times -208. 5 times -208 is 1,040. Minus 3 is -1,043. And that is my final answer. That is h of f of -6. All right, guys, I hope this video was really helpful, and I want you to go back and finish this lovely worksheet. It is posted